UFC 329 McGregor versus Holloway goes down this weekend. I'm going to be giving my prediction and breakdown for every fight in the card, starting with the early prelim, ending with the main event. And we got the return of McGregor back this weekend. I am super hype. I got some hot takes for the co-main and main events. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video to see those. First prelim on the card, we got Alexandre Costa versus Cody Durden. I'm going to go with Alexandre Costa here, even though their website for some reason will let me bring down their details. He's way taller than Cody Durden. He's way more skilled, I believe. Cody Durden's got that Nate Diaz record. It's like somewhere around 20-10. I can't look because the fucking website. But I think he's going to do anything he wants here. I think he's going to land his hands on Durden. He's got decently heavy hands for a flyweight. I think he's probably going to club and sub him here. He's going to drop him early in the fight, the first 2 or 3 minutes, and then snatch onto a guillotine or some type of choke like that while Durden's trying to wrestle up. So yeah, give me Alexandre Costa starting the card off super hot and yeah, giving us the finish we deserve. Next prelim up the card, we got Ryan Garbrandt versus Zachary Reese. Zachary Reese is a sacrificial lamb out the slaughter here. This is literally just a matchup so Ryan can get a free finish. I haven't seen many fights of Ryan, but he does have a shit ton of power in his hands. While I was researching this card, I saw a bunch of clips of him just knocking dudes out. Zachary Reese, he doesn't have a lot of power in his hands, even for a middleweight. He is tall for the weight class, but I just do not see a path to victory for him here. Maybe he can come out there and catch this guy, but I just don't see it happening. So give me Ryan Garbrandt by second round KO here. And then moving up the card, we got Farid Basharat versus Ethan Ewing. This fight actually got canceled. I'm pretty upset about that. These dudes are some scrappers. That would have been an awesome fight to see on this. Hope they can get it rescheduled soon. Next fight up on the card, we got Damian Penis versus Cesar Almeida. I'm going to go with Penis here. He genuinely has some heavy hands, despite his name. He's so explosive. I'm going to try to make this sound as not gay as possible, but he is super explosive on the feet. He has so much power in his hands. I think Penis is just going to KO him in the first round here pretty easily. Cesar Almeida, he's like 10 years his senior. He's like 38 years old, I believe, and he's just out of his prime. He's very good. He's a Brazilian. He's got some submissions. He's got some power in his hands, but I think Damian Penis is in his prime. I think he's going to come out there and just slime out Cesar Almeida. I'm going to be predicting a lot of finishes for these fights, guys. I think they set up the card like that, giving a lot of guys some easy matchups just so we can see a crazy card for McGregor's comeback. But yeah, give me Damian Penis by a first round finish here. Next fight up on the card, we got Tracy Cortez versus Wang Cong. We got Wang and Penis back to back, but I'm going to go with Tracy Cortez here. She is way more experienced in the women's flyweight division. She has way more size on Wang Cong. If I'm not mistaken, I think Wang Cong started out as a strawweight. The only problem here is that Wang Cong does have some power in her hands, and we've seen Tracy Cortez, the second that she faces some adversity, start to not quit, but just kind of give a different effort out there. We seen her when she was in her main event. She got hit in the eye and her eyelash started falling out. You saw her picking at it. Like, what the fuck are we doing wearing makeup in a main event of a UFC event? Like, the biggest opportunity of her life. I just don't understand that much, but she is way more skilled than Wang Cong. She has very good wrestling. I think she's just going to ultimately go out there, land a double leg or two around, and just dominate this fight in the ground. So give me Tracy Cortez by 30-27 decision, ending the early prelims off with like that. So for the early prelims, I got Tracy Cortez, Damian Penis. This fight was canceled, and then Ryan Garbrandt and Alexandre Costa. First fight of the prelims, we got Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka III. Again, I hate to keep just using the same line, but Luke Riley's going to go out there and slime him out. 13-0, coming on Paddy Pimblett's team. That's why he's on the card, and that's why he has such a good matchup. Kai Kamaka III, he's been in the UFC for a long time, but he takes like 5-year layoffs in between his fights, it feels like. He's got that Nate Diaz record too, damn near even. Yeah, give me Luke Riley by slime out KO in the second round here. I think that they're just doing this so that they can have a good night on, I can't remember what Paddy Pimblett's team is, but they're going to be celebrating, not to allude to my pick later. But yeah, give me Luke Riley by second round KO here, maybe a left hook while Kai Kamaka's trying to rush in. He is a Hawaiian, so he likes to think that he can take any shot, but Luke Riley's got some power in his hands. So Luke Riley by second round KO. Next fight up on the card, we have Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. This is my most hyped up fight that I've talked about so far. I fucking love this fight. It's super high level boxing all around. I am going to go with Adrian Yanez by KO here. Cody Garbrandt is over the hill. He does not have the same chin he used to. Even when regarding his last fight, he did not win that fight. He was getting pieced up. He landed a couple takedowns. And then he got kicked in the nuts super badly, which I'm not discrediting him for. But the guy got points taken away. And it was just, it was laughable all around. It was a super goofy fight. Adrian Yanez, on the other hand, his last fight, super impressive. He fought Ricky Simone. He looked incredible. He was coming off like a 2-year layoff, used his boxing, and he honestly pieced up Ricky Simone, and he won that fight. They called it a draw, but that was the wrong decision. So yeah, give me Adrian Yanez by second round KO here. I feel like his volume is just going to be too much for Cody Garbrandt, who's more of a throw 3 super hard hooks and then back out of the pocket, and that's just not going to work with Adrian Yanez. He's going to be able to land his 1-2s, and he's going to extend those combos to 4, 5, and 6, and he's just going to catch Cody Garbrandt at the end of those. So give me Adrian Yanez by second round KO here. Probably TKO. I don't see Cody Garbrandt going flat again, but yeah. Next fight up on the card, we have the UFC's golden child, Gable Steveson versus Elisha Ellison. Obviously, I'm going to go with Gable Steveson here. He's like a minus 1,200 favorite. He's a multiple-time wrestling champion. He got drafted by the Buffalo Bills. He was in the WWE. He's an athlete in every way possible. He's got crazy power in his hands, crazy explosiveness with his wrestling. There's really not much to talk about in this matchup. Gable is going to demolish him. But if you guys want to see a secret technique that Gable's been using in training, look up Gable Steveson loophole on Google, and you guys will just love that one. It's a really high-level technique. But yeah, give me Gable Steveson by first round slaughter here. Yeah, not much to talk about. Fuck this guy, though. And the last fight on the prelims, we got an absolute banger here. We got Robert Whittaker making his 205 light heavyweight debut against Nikita Krylov. I'm going to go with Robert Whittaker here by KO. I think that Nikita Krylov is honestly done. He has been chinned so many times in his last couple fights. I know they're by guys with a lot of power, but you just can't be taking shots like that. And he's coming back every 2 to 3 months after these KOs and giving his body no time to recover. Robert Whittaker, on the other hand, he is coming off a loss, but he has taken so much time off and given himself time to build his body into 205. From what I've been seeing, he's not fat coming up like most of these guys when they move up a division. So I think Whittaker's not going to gas out here. He's not going to look too much crazy tinier. He always looks shorter than these guys. So I think Whittaker's just going to dominate here. I think he's going to use his blitz and jabs. He's not going to get hit by Nikita's sloppy-ass boxing. And I think Whittaker's just going to dominate every facet of the fight here. I could even see him landing some double legs when Nikita's getting desperate and trying to rush in on him. So yeah, give me Whittaker by third round TKO here. I can just see him catching Nikita with that blitz in 1-2. Nikita kind of wobbling around, and then we see that classic Whittaker blitz in, and he just lands volume on him and gets that TKO. So give me Robert Whittaker by third round TKO in this fight. And my picks for the prelims, we got Robert Whittaker, Gable Steveson, Adrian Yanez, and Luke Riley.
What are you doing?
Oh, me? I'm just making my EchoVision electrolytes right now. You can buy 100 servings online for only $30, and if you use code NOAHMMA on the website, you can get 10% off at checkout, or click that link in the description. Thank you.
I need some.
Alrighty, boys, and we're on the main card now. First fight of the main card, we got King Green versus Terrance McKinney. They're starting this card off right. This is a fucking banger of a fight. Anybody who's seen a Terrance McKinney fight knows he is do or die. That first minute, he is going to be killed or kill the guy. It is awesome to watch. King Green, on the other hand, we have seen him literally fight every style possible. He's been around for so long. Look at that fucking record. I think he's going to win here by using that experience. He's fought everybody there is to see. He recently fought Mauricio Hoofy, who's super dynamic, kind of like McKinney. Not in the same way, but just in that like unexpectedness. So give me King Green here by either a decision. I know that's a hot take. This fight to go to the odds is probably crazy. So guys, watch that bet. It's probably like plus 500. I think this fight could go to the distance. I think King Green could honestly just gas McKinney out in that first round, but I think McKinney's learned enough to not just fully give his whole gas tank out there. And maybe he can just kind of get carried in those second and third rounds. King Green outboxing him as that's happening. So yeah, give me Terrance McKinney winning a very hectic first round, maybe hurting King Green at some point, but in rounds 2 and 3, King Green coming on, landing his jabs, maybe getting some takedowns, and ultimately winning a decision. Next fight up on the main card, we have Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. I'm going to go with Brandon Royval in this card. Next fight up on the main card, we have Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. I'm going to go with Brandon Royval here. Brandon Royval is very high level and he's being counted out here. I know he got KO'd in his last fight, and then he had a very bad fight with Joshua Van where he took a shit ton of damage the one before. But Loner Kavanagh has lost to this exact archetype, and I just cannot overlook it. Brandon Royval is the same body type as Charles Johnson. He has that same type of boxing, and he has more output than him. This fight being, well, it's only 3 rounds, it's not 5, I'm sorry. But Loner Kavanagh, this fight only being 3 rounds means Brandon Royval can go even crazier than usual. And I think that he's gonna catch Loner Kavanagh at some point. Loner's very sharp. He did very good against Brandon Royval. Next fight up on the card, we got Brandon Royval versus Loner Kavanagh. I'm gonna go with Brandon Royval here. I know that's a hot take. Everyone's picking Loner in this card, but I just think Brandon Royval is the perfect fighter to take down Loner. He has that same body type that we saw Loner lose to in Charles Johnson, and he has better boxing, and I think that's just going to work out for him. His output is insane, and I think it's eventually going to be able to catch Loner Kavanagh, maybe into the 2nd or 3rd round. We've only seen him lose once to Charles Johnson, and I could honestly see that exact finishing sequence happening again with an uppercut when he's backing up. So give me Brandon Royval by a 2nd or 3rd round TKO here. I'm not buying into the Loner hype. He beat an old Brandon Moreno. Give me Brandon Royval here, 2nd or 3rd round KO. It's a pretty big underdog pick if I'm not mistaken. Yep, so yeah, Brandon Royval here, boys. Next fight up in the card, we got Cory Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. I'm going to go with Cory Sandhagen by decision here. I think that this is a very high level fight in the bantamweight division, and obviously we've seen it before when Mario was, I think it was his debut in the UFC. But Cory Sandhagen, he just has a point to prove coming into this fight, coming off that Marab loss. I think we're going to see a huge improvement in his wrestling. I think Cory's the type of guy where he comes out and he uses his wrestling just to make a point of that last fight. He has the better striking. I think he might even have the better grappling overall. Give me Cory Sandhagen by decision here. I don't see a KO on either side happening. These guys are super high level. They're super aware of their defense. But I think Cory's just going to be able to land the more damaging shots, do the better in those small areas of the fight. So, yeah, give me Cory Sandhagen by 30-27 decision here. Next fight up on the card, we got the co-main event, Benoit St. Denis versus Paddy Pimblett. Give me Paddy Pimblett here, guys. I see a lot of people counting him out before this fight. I think this is a tailor-made matchup for him coming off that Justin Gaethje loss. He didn't look bad at all in that Gaethje fight. Everyone talks about how he got the dog shit beat out of him, which he did. But what the fuck did Justin just do to Ilia Topuria, who was seen as the scariest guy in the sport? Paddy took a round off Justin in that fight. He was competitive in the striking at multiple occasions. I think Paddy's going to be able to win this fight. I think he has better striking than Benoit St. Denis. I think that his jiu-jitsu is going to shut down Benoit St. Denis' constant forward pressure wrestling. And if he does have to resort to that wrestling, he's going to get caught in a submission. So this is how I see the fight going. I see Paddy coming out using his jabs to keep him at a range. Benoit is still going to come forward with that reckless abandonment throwing in the boxing, but it is not going to work out how he wants to. Paddy's going to keep him at range with his kicks and his jab. And when Benoit wants to start threatening the wrestling, Paddy's going to start threatening knees up the middle and uppercuts like he did against Chandler. And I think that's ultimately just going to lead to Benoit getting hurt at some point, shooting a sloppy takedown, and getting a submission from Paddy. So I think Paddy Pimblett's going to win by 3rd or 4th round submission here after Benoit gasses out. I don't know if you guys saw through this fight week, but Benoit was seen with staph infection again. I don't think he's going to be able to go all 5 rounds. We've seen Paddy go 5 rounds multiple occasions in his career. Give me Paddy Pimblett by 2nd or 3rd round submission here. I think that everyone's going to be very surprised about how good he looks in this fight. And the main event, Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. This is a huge fight. This is probably the last Conor McGregor fight we will ever see in the UFC. Dana is definitely going to milk this. This will probably be the biggest fight in the Paramount era. but I just cannot pick Conor McGregor. There's just no way you can come off the couch, 5 years without fighting, a broken leg, doing steroids, all of those controversies throughout. I'm not even going to bring them up. Yeah, the partying, the drinking, the smoking. He has done nothing good for his body in the last 5 years, while Max Holloway has done nothing but stay active in the UFC, been fighting title fights against the highest level competition in the world, and winning most of the time. So yeah, give me Max Holloway by 3rd or 4th round TKO here. Now, I don't think Conor McGregor's just going to put up no fight here and lose super easily. This is how I see the fight going. First round, I think Conor's actually going to win. I think he's going to come out and sting Max Holloway with some shit that he was not expecting coming from an old Conor McGregor. I think Conor's going to come out there, land a couple huge left hands. We might even see Max wobble a little bit, but Max has such good feet under him, he's going to be able to get away from Conor. And everyone's going to be tweeting after that first round that McGregor's back. Everyone's going to be so excited just to get heartbroken. Second round, I see Conor coming out, maybe having a little bit of that same success, but Max is going to be investing in the body the whole time. Max is never not hitting someone with body shots in a fight, whether it's Justin Gaethje, whether it's Ilia Topuria, he's always investing. And I think that investment is going to pay off. We might even see a little moment at the end of the second round of Conor starting to wilt under the pressure, not having that gas tank. The pressure of not fighting in 5 years is coming under him, and he's just going to break. Third round, we're just going to see vintage Max Holloway putting crazy output on Conor. I think we're going to see Conor have a lot of heart here and not want to quit because he hasn't fought in so long. But that's just not going to carry him through the pressure of a prime Max Holloway putting those fucking punches on him. I think we're going to see Max land a couple shots and Conor drop. We're not going to see Conor get flatlined, but we're going to see a broken Conor in between rounds 3 and 4. We're going to see him get off that stool looking like there's no fucking way I'm winning this. Just for Max to come out, drop him with a volume knockdown, and get the ground and pound TKO. And we see the end of Conor McGregor in the UFC. Max Holloway goes on to fight for the lightweight belt. So, sadly, Conor McGregor probably won't win, but I think this is still going to be an awesome fight card, guys. I'm so fucking excited. If Conor somehow wins, the UFC is back on top. It's skyrocketing. There's so much to do. So, in my heart of hearts, I kind of am rooting for him, but I just cannot, with my logical brain, pick Conor McGregor to win in 2026. So yeah, that's the card, guys. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm probably going to do some more videos on this fight card later in the week. Probably a more detailed fight breakdown on this fight. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, and I'll see you later.